Hey everybody, this is the Drive On Podcast, where we talk about issues affecting veterans after they get out of the military. I'm your host, Scott DeLuzio, and now let's get on with the show. Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with the podcast. So, in the past, all the episodes on this show have been pretty much me talking to the listener. And while that's okay in and of itself, it's also somewhat limiting. I only have so many experiences that I've gone through in my life, and I've only overcome some of these issues in one particular way, and so that's all I really am qualified to talk about. If there is even any qualifications for this. I have no degrees or anything like that in what we're talking about. So what we're talking about here is really just my life experiences on the show so far. But I'd like to change all that. I'd like to change it so that way we're talking to other people. We're talking to other veterans. We're talking to their family members. We're talking to maybe other professionals who have some experiences that would benefit the listeners of this show. Things that other experiences that they've gone through, whether it was in combat or after coming home from a deployment or something along those lines. I want to hear from you guys. I want to talk to you and hear what you had to go through. I want to hear the struggles that you've gone through and how you've overcome them, and all the good and bad that come with all of this. So that's what I'm looking to do in the future on this podcast. I don't have too many people lined up right now. The first person I do have that I want to interview is my wife, and partially because we've already talked a little bit about my own experiences, and so she might be able to shed some light on those same experiences from a spouse's perspective, and how we dealt with things going forward after I came home from Afghanistan, after my brother passed away, and all of that stuff. And so we'll talk to her, but I want to talk to you guys too. I want to talk to your family too, and hear those perspectives, and get to know the struggles and the troubles that other veterans are going through, and how they're overcoming and how they're thriving afterwards, and the stuff that you guys are actually doing to make yourselves better after getting out. So I'd like to invite you to visit driveonpodcast.com/guests, and that link will be in the show notes as well for you. But I'd like to invite you to visit that page if you feel like you have something that you'd like to talk about, something that you'd like to share with the listeners of this show that might help them with some of the struggles that maybe they're going through. Because you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but whatever you're going through, you're not alone. You know, you have issues coming back perhaps after a deployment, and you're not the only one. So let's share what you've gone through, how you've overcome those issues, and hopefully help some people along the way. And let's talk these things through. Let's talk about what you're doing after you got out of the military. You know, maybe you've started a nonprofit, or you're working with veterans and you're helping them out. Let's talk about what you're doing too. Let's help if you're doing something or you're advocating for some causes. Let's help promote these causes as well, because that ultimately is going to help the veteran community as a whole. In addition to helping you out with whatever it is that you've started since you've gotten out. So let's talk about all that stuff. All that is fair game to talk about on the show. So the call for guests is open. Again, visit driveonpodcast.com/guests. And if you're not the person who really wants to be talking, if you know somebody else who should be sharing their story, share that with them. Share that link, driveonpodcast.com/guests with them, and let them know that we're looking for people just like them to share their experiences. If you could do that, that would be wonderful, and I would totally appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for listening to the Drive On Podcast. If you want to check out more episodes or learn more about the show, you can visit our website, driveonpodcast.com, or on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Drive On Podcast.